Trump says his hand-picked chief of staff was born with a very small brain. The former president is appealing to voters by explaining how he appointed a bunch of incompetent losers the last time he was in the White House. Donald Trump has said he only hires the best people, but he stocked his presidential administration with a historically incompetent collection of fools who have no business working in government. Just ask Donald Trump. The former president has thrown countless figures he appointed to critical positions under the bus, deriding them as inherently stupid losers incapable of doing the job. The latest is John Kelly, who served as Homeland Security Secretary under Trump before moving into the White House as Chief of Staff. John Kelly pretended to be a tough guy, but was actually weak and ineffective, born with a very small brain, Trump wrote Friday on Truth Social. He had a hard time functioning in a political world, and was truly an exhausted and beaten man when I fired him. In the end he was a mummy, who sat in his office and stared at the ceiling. He was shot. I'll never forget how his very nice wife told me that John loves you, and respects you more than anyone. He will always say the best things about you. Oh well, so much for that. Trump often involves the wives of his enemies in his attacks, including against Ron DeSantis and special counsel Jack Smith, who last week indicted the former president on 37 federal counts related to his handling of classified material after leaving the White House. Kelly had some thoughts about the charges, prompting Trump's outburst on Friday. He's scared less, Kelly told the Washington Post for a piece about Trump's post-arraignment showmanship. This is the way he compensates for that. He gives people the appearance he doesn't care by doing this. For the first time in his life, it looks like he's being held accountable. Up until this point in his life, it's like, I'm not going to pay you, take me to court. He's never been held accountable before. Kelly isn't the only chief of staff Trump has attacked. In April, he called Mick Mulvaney, perhaps the dumbest person, working at the White House and a born loser. Trump wrote that the only person who challenged Mulvaney for dumbest person at the White House was John Bolton, one of the former president's national security advisors. Trump has bashed Bolton repeatedly, calling him a moron. He called James Mattis, one of his defense secretaries, the world's most overrated general, and Mark Esper, one of his other defense secretaries, as weak, a lightweight, and incapable of leading. Trump also recently dubbed Kayleigh McEnany, his former press secretary, milquetoast, because he felt she wasn't slamming Ron DeSantis hard enough on Fox News. The Renos and globalists can have her, the former president wrote. Fox News should only use real stars.